Alright, what's poppin', people? We're back. Got another NUPL game for you today. This is from the semifinals tiebreaker round. I guess not really a round, but two teams ended up going even. They got to play a tiebreaker, and this game, I believe, ended up actually deciding which of the two teams advanced to the finals. We have TJ on the right here. I believe he played for the the Molding Machamps, and we got Taki on the left playing for the MF Plumes. Shout out MF Doom. But this was an interesting game kind of going into it, because Taki had been playing black and white NU for the entire tour, other than week 1. So they're pretty well respected. They're pretty well respected SSNUer as well. But obviously, making the sort of swap, there's always going to be a few questions about how much have they been building lately. I imagine the answer is a lot. I mean, I steal teams from Taki all the time. And they also, I'm assuming, supported their team throughout the tour. So there's also that knowledge to go into it with. Whereas with TJ, it's just a matter of, I assume he's getting past the team every week. What's he going to roll up with? It's kind of hard to gauge that. Maybe he's building for himself, but with how many tours I see him play in, I frankly just assume he's getting past stuff. Looking at the teams as well, I see a Salazzle on the left that looks pretty good. The speed control from TJ is super good this game. When you talk about a potentially Choice Scarfed Indeedee alongside a Ninjask, and then a Mudsdale that needs to be weakened to get KO'd. I mean, yeah, Taki's route of winning is from preview. Keep that in mind, from preview. Really linked to the Salazzle. Whereas with TJ, I could see an NDD route pretty easily. As per usual, of course, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. That way we can hit 5K by the end of the year, and I can be a happy sailor. Good, that is loot. And leave a like if you're enjoying this content. I like making it, and the more I see from y'all that you're enjoying it, the more I can keep making it and feel good about it. Let's get into the game, though. So we see Salazzle lead versus the Mudsdale. You're always going to see the Xatu come out here, because shut it down. And right here, we see the Xatu get weakness policy. That's not something I don't think people would expect to see from preview. Usually you only see this weakness policy cosmic power stuff on hyper offense teams, so this is very not offensive. And we're about to see the Xatu take over the game really early on. We're going to see the Cosmic Power come out. We're also going to see it outspeed the Indeedee, which means it Specs. And the Specs is going to just get dumped under the Xatu. The Xatu has effectively decided, I'm getting at least one more KO. It's got, how many boost total is that? That's 6? So stored power is at 140 power. The Xatu has 2x social attack with a choice specs, and it's in psychic terrain. Alright. And here's a Copperajah ticket, 71%. We found the Xatu set that 2-hit KOs Assault Vest Copperajah. And already, you just see so much momentum made for Taki there. So much ground has been created for them to be able to win this game, just off of that Xatu. Getting rid of Copperajah is really nice, of course, just like a general, this mon is an annoying wall breaker. You know, hits a power whip on Mudsdale once, that mon's taking a lot of damage. And getting rid of the Indeedee is also just nice. Now, it did end up being Specs, so Salazzle was never worried about that. But it takes a lot of pressure off of Taki's own Copperajah. No longer is it going to be taking, like, 50 or whatever, trying to switch into Mystical Fire. And that gives it a lot more leeway to keep switching into Ninjask. And of course, we did see Taki go Mudsdale here, but still kind of applies. And we're going to see Taki just stay in, kind of scout out what the Dhelmise wants to do. Mudsdale, with a defense boost and near max HP, it's not going to really take too much from Dhelmise, especially since Dhelmise commonly is running specially defensive sets to kind of act as like a panic trick to Blastoise and other offensive water types. And we're going to see Taki manage to get their Stealth Rock up here, and then Xatu's always coming out here. That Toxic to me was really confusing. I of course assume TJ's predicting the trading of the Toxics there, right? But they have a Xatu that's at 10%, so there's really no reason for Taki to ever have to switch there, right? Do see a really, really good stealth rock set though by TJ there. He's going to be able to get those up in the face of a Xatu. At the end of the day, this Mon was either going to stay in and do nothing for a while, or be forced to switch, so it doesn't matter that much. But it is what it is. And we're going to see, unfortunately though, for TJ, I assume this was a lost 50-50. You don't want to let Delmise keep getting bolted on, so that kind of aggressive play is fine, but it does cost him his Mudsdale. We're going to see the Jask get a nice little sword stance up, and we're going to see him go for it again, because the Mudsdale has revealed to not have a rock move, so it is a generally safe turn. Now, I was a little bit surprised when I watched this game originally. TJ didn't sword stance again, because Mudsdale quite literally can't do anything here. I guess he could Toxic again and then protect the next turn if he wants to risk a sword stance. It just, in my view, I think the third sword stance in a row was really free. This sack can always happen, but it doesn't really matter that much. And you just assume Mudsdale's going to come out again. Now we're going to see him actually even switch his Ninjask out because he wants to reset the poison and also get a chance to get a heal bell off. Both Delmise and Jask are poisoned. It's not really ideal at all for TJ, so he needs to try to give his Jask that ability to maybe set up again later. That's really his only hope of winning. And his Poltergeist damage on Copperajah is also really big because it actually puts it in range of a double dual wing beat crit, which I find kind of funny. Unfortunately though for TJ, since this Copperajah was Ironhead instead of Heavy Slam, Delmise gets to it KO'd by it anyway, so that's kind of tough. And the Jask doesn't even end up being able to KO it. And that's going to kind of just end up being the game from here. Sylveon is not going to be able to beat down the Salazzle once that comes out. And Taki playing as safe as humanly possible, even going to go out to his Rotom Mow here, just dump the trick onto the Sylveon so that it can't wish spam at all. There's, at this point, no path to victory for TJ. And then the Salazzle's going to just come out into a KO. The Sylveon with a Sludge Bomb. Taki getting their team into finals. And this is also kind of nice from like an NU Team Tour historical standpoint, because last Team Tour, NU Snake, Taki's co-manager Awen, shoutouts to the homie, he actually, that's so weird, he actually made it to finals, if I'm remembering right, and they ended up coming up short there, so 2 manager runs in a row, making finals each time. Maybe this is where he gets his victory. I hope to see it. But I also hope to see the Mushardas win, because I was on that team last in UPL. Regardless, we got a really fire matchup between these two teams next week. I'm going to hope to cover some of the games, of course, because I think they're fun to do. But yeah, I think this was a really fun one to watch. Just seeing Xatu go absolutely berserk was really wild. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Of course, if you did, leave a like, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and comment down below. What do we want to comment about? You know what? Let's do a fun one. Comment down below, what is your favorite NU Pokemon of all time? So we can go all the way back to Gen 1 NU, where like, what's a really random Pokemon? Clefable. Clefable's allowed in NU in Gen 1, I think that's funny. Or you can look at Gen 2, where Chinchou is unironically really good. You know, you got Gen 3, Chimecho Wailord. Gen 4, I'm just trying to think like the gens. You got Gen 4, Metacham. There's just some fun Pokemon have been in youth historically. So comment down below what generation of NU it is, what Pokemon it is. I'm heading out now. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'll catch you next time. Peace.